Hey everyone, have you ever wondered how much you should charge a client for marketing services so it's a win-win for everybody? In this video, you'll see how to use an ROI calculator we made to quickly and easily reverse engineer your marketing campaign so you can determine your prices and your goals. Now, getting right into it, this is the marketing ROI calculator. Simply answer a few questions and the calculator will tell you what your bare minimum goals will need to be. This means that if you hit these goals, your client won't lose any money, but they also won't make any money. This gives you a baseline that you'll need to hit in order for your campaign to make sense. Any performance above these goals means that your client is making money and the campaign is running smooth. So let's get right into answering these questions. For this example, we're going to pretend that we are an e-commerce Shopify store that sells t-shirts. So for this example, we're going to choose the apparel industry. You'll see by filling in the industry, we get the industry averages. This tells you the average click-through rate, cost per click, and conversion rate of the industry that you chose. Now, these industry averages were pulled from the 2018 WordStream Facebook Advertising Benchmarks report, which you can click down at the bottom if you want to see the specifics on that. Now, getting back into this, say we want to charge our client $1,000 per month, and then we tell them that they're going to need to spend $1,000 on ads. So in total, your client is going to be spending $2,000 on marketing services. Next, we need to find out what their average lifetime value is. So if this is an e-commerce store, it's generally going to be the average cart purchase, but we also want to factor in how many of their customers are returning customers. So say they come back and say their original order is $30 and then they come back in a month and make another $30 order. This would mean that customer's lifetime value is $60. So we need to factor this in and get their average. So in this case, let's say the average customer value is $50. Now, if you're running a purchase campaign, you're going to set this to 100%. But if you're using a lead generation campaign, you're going to want to find out from your client what their close rate is on their leads. So if you send them 10 leads and they close one, you would choose 10%. But in this case, all of our conversions are purchases, so we're going to set this to 100%. Next, we're going to choose how much we want to spend to acquire a customer. So our goal here, let's say, is $25. Now in these last two questions, you're going to go ahead and guess these numbers, but as you're running your campaign, you can update these two numbers with your actual stats to make sure your campaign is still making sense. So in this case, we're going to say our CPM, or cost per 1,000 impressions, is $30. Next, we're going to fill in what our click-through rate is, and we suspect we'll get a 6% click-through rate with this ad campaign. And now you'll see our bare minimum goals down here at the bottom. You'll notice that every box is green, which means that this campaign makes perfect sense and that these goals are easily obtainable and beaten. But let's say they weren't. Let's say our click-through rate is only 1%. So this puts us lower than the industry average. You'll see that while our sales and cost per click numbers are easily beatable, our conversion rate is going to be a tough one to beat because it is red. At 24%, where the industry average is 4%, there is no way that this campaign will make sense unless we can hit this number. So this campaign doesn't make a whole lot of sense. However, you'll see in yellow the boxes that you can adjust to fix your conversion rate. So maybe we can get our cost per action down to $10. You'll notice that our conversion rate now dropped to 15%. This is still too high, so we'll need to fix something else as well. In this case, let's say our click-through rate got to 2.5%. You'll see our conversion rate is getting much closer now. But let's say we also got our CPMs down. Let's say we got our CPMs down to $20. Now we have a campaign that makes sense again. Our conversion rate, bare minimum, is 4%. Our cost per click is 80 cents per click, whereas the industry average is 45 cents. So as long as we can do at least 80 cents will be good, but we know that there's good wiggle room there, about a 40 cents difference to improve this campaign even more. And our sales at 50 to break even. So all we know is we need to increase our sales by increasing the ad spend, and we can have a profitable campaign, or we can, fix one of these other stats. Maybe we get our CPMs lower, our click-through rates higher, etc., and we need less sales to break even. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions about how this works, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Thanks.